And then, oh God, the Duprees were in the ring. Max Dupree and his sister, her lung lumps were hanging out, but I just couldn't. When I saw Mansway and Mansoor come out, I'm like, I can't do this, and I was about to hit the fast forward. When here comes Braun Strowman. I know he came back last week, but we didn't watch it. But he's back. And he comes out and kills the models, just beats both of them up, bounces them off the railing, powerbombed one, milked the crowd. I'm back. And then here comes Chad Gable. And I'm like, what the fuck? I guess they're just feeding him insignificant people. They probably wanted to get rid of the models. Maybe they've written that off because nobody's ever going to take them seriously anyway, and especially not now. But I guess they're feeding Gable and Otis, whatever. Anyway, Gable comes out while Braun's looking at Gable. Otis attacks Strowman from behind. He just he nails him from behind, and Strowman turns around and looks at him and then beats Otis up and then beats Chad up a bit. But then Otis comes back and picks Braun Strowman up and slams him, and they leave. And then Strowman gets back up and dares him to come back in the ring and slam him again, which Chad won't let him. So this went from, okay, they're feeding the new giant that's just returned insignificant people so he can beat them up, to one of the insignificant people is body slammed Braun Strowman on TV 2 weeks after he gets back. So there's... John Studd is calling Braun. He got 5 years out of milking people trying to body slam him and never had to take a fucking bump. You fucking moron. Whoever produced this is a moron. Braun Strowman is a moron. Anybody that signed off on this is a moron.
It was bizarre. It was really bizarre because he gets slammed and then Otis and Gable leave and he kind of does the Undertaker sit-up.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, he's either going to run out of the ring and attack him, or God forbid, he's going to do a dive on them. I can't imagine that. No, instead he just stood up and yelled at them.
Gets mad, yells at him, and dares him to come back in there and do it again. I bet you can't do that again. I bet he can. He just did it a minute ago. Can you imagine if Andre the Giant hadn't been on WWF TV in 3 years, or whatever the fuck it's been, 2 years since they fired this fucking big meathead, and he shows up back on TV to much fanfare, and the second week he's back on television, Tito Santana body slams him? What the fuck?
Not Tito Santana, a mid-card comedy heel tag team. So, I mean, the Rougeaus aren't a great comparison, but something more like that than Tito Santana.
Actually, you can't think of a tag team that was as insignificant and poorly used from that era as Chad Gable and Otis. So it would have to have been like maybe fucking the Conquistador or somebody.
But there's the comedy aspect, so that, to me, that puts it more in the bushwhacker territory.
Yeah, okay, there, Luke body slammed Andre 2 weeks after he got back. Strowman is big. He's just plain large, right? His work doesn't look good. I mean, he can do the elementary power slams and things, but it's a combination of he's not a natural worker, and also because he's so big and strong, if he did, have a margin of error like a normal guy, he could really do some damage, so he's got to fucking pay attention to that. But also, I don't think he has the mind or the understanding of the wrestling business. He was doing it when he was killing the models and powerbombing. He milks the crowd. He makes the motion of milking the crowd, but there's nothing on his face and nothing in his body like, it's just, I'm doing this. And that choo-choo thing he does around the ring where he just hits somebody with a kind of a pussy-ass tackle and runs around and they got to stand there for it. And he's limited, which big guys are. But you could get some money out of this guy if he was like Andre, if you only saw him intermittently and he was brought in to be a special partner or to soup up the Royal Rumble or some kind of gimmick battle royal, or, sparingly challenging for the title and having an out when he doesn't win it so you don't pop his size aura, but there's nothing else there besides a great Braun Strowman interview. Can you call one up? Great Braun Strowman in-ring performance. Can you call one up?
Remember, he won the tag titles with that 9-year-old kid at WrestleMania a few years back.
That's what I'm saying. Great Braun Strowman angle. I think somebody didn't he turn a truck over one time, but the way they made it was so ridiculous that everybody was laughing at it. So that's why, less you see him, the better. He's visually impressive. Book him with other people in the match that can do the work, and protect him and don't beat him, because then, and don't slam him, because then he's just a plate full of piss. And you can get another couple of years. Maybe that's why they fired him beforehand, because once he's been around for a little while, you've seen it, and he was making a couple $1 million a year. So that's what I'd do. I'd have him active about fucking 9 out of 24 months, and you'd get more return out of those 9 months than you would out of the entire 24 with him.
All right, well, we'll see how they use him. I don't know if it'll be that efficient, but what do you think of the rest of the show?
Oh, I forgot. I thought I was answering a question. So Bayley and Dakota and Io, Damage Control, did an in-ring promo. And I still think Bayley is, if not the best female promo, at least top 3. She sounds natural. She's got some attitude. And then, so the 3 new heels, the heel group, Damage Control, in the ring, out comes Raquel Gonzalez Rodriguez Mascaras and hits the ring, and all 3 of them bail to the floor. But Bayley is going to have a match with Raquel, and while I like Bayley, I don't like her that much. Time is of the essence here. So basically, the heels screwed Raquel 1, 2, 3, and they got some heat. But Shotzi came out and made a save. And did I miss anything, or did you?
I missed everything. So I couldn't tell
there you go.